Hi everyone, this is going to be a super general twin flame reading. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards and I'm going to do it from the feminine's perspective and then the masculine's perspective. So feminine and masculine does not necessarily have to refer to physical gender. Rather, it's more about the energy. So whichever energy you relate more to. So this can definitely be two females, two males, or male female, or even non-binary. Really, it's just about two different perspectives. So whichever one you relate to, the opposite is going to be whoever you're dealing with. Okay, so I'll start with the feminine. So we have Death reverse. So the feminine here is going through some type of difficult change right now. Definitely, it's sort of like her whole entire life is changing right now. Her perspective is completely flipped. But this is like a huge struggle for her, seeing it reversed. This is extremely uncomfortable. This is not something that she's used to. She could definitely be resisting this change, resisting all these new things that are being thrown at her by the universe. We also have the Pentacles. We have 9 of Pentacles. So the feminine here is very independent, it looks like. So she's sort of doing this journey alone right now. She's someone who's feeling very self-sufficient, at least in this moment. And I feel like all these things are coming at her, all these changes being thrown at her way, and she's trying to just deal with it all on her own, and she's trying to do everything by herself, and she doesn't really want to accept help right now. So 8 of Wands, there's a lot of really high, fast-paced energy going on right now. So as I said earlier, again with this Death card, there's so many changes happening right now for the feminine. However, she's trying to just do it all alone. She doesn't really want to accept help, even though this is probably super overwhelming for her. She's really just insisting on trying to handle everything on her own. The 3 of Pentacles. So again, with this card, we have like more change, more destruction and chaos and rebirth here. So there could definitely be a lot of changes in her work environment. For some of you, this is the feminine's home, but definitely for most of you, this is a work-related thing. She's experiencing a lot of uncomfortable changes at her work specifically. I feel like she could be going through some financial issues or financial hardship right now, or there could just be like a lot of problems in her work environment, a lot of changes, there could be restructure within her department. Maybe there could be a lot of coworkers coming and going. She could be trying to get a promotion. She could be definitely really fighting to get a promotion right now. It's very possible she will get a promotion, but I feel like it's going to come with a lot of heavy responsibility that she might not be fully ready for. I think she's sort of ready for these changes, but it's a little bit more extreme than she imagined, I feel like. So again, she's trying to really break free from something. So she could even be changing her jobs too, or just completely changing her course in life. And that's all I'm really getting for that. Okay, so yeah, there definitely is a struggle. Again, with this financial hardship, there could definitely be some trouble with money or material resources, or she's just like really focused on having money right now. Even if she isn't struggling, I feel like she just feels like she wants more money. Even if this could even be someone who does have a lot of wealth and their bank account looks fine, but they just really want more. They want to make more money at work. So I feel like this person is just, this feminine is really focused on work and finances right now, and just trying to make sure she can support herself. She's not really concerned with having a masculine who can support her. Rather, she really wants to be the one who can support herself, and maybe she even wants to try to financially support her masculine in some cases. And then we have the star reverse. So there could sort of be like a sense of hopelessness here, or like there's like a wish that is not coming true for her. She's definitely like, she's really striving towards something. She's putting in maybe overtime at work, or maybe this is like a personal project, and she's really striving. I'm definitely getting a struggle. I feel like there's just a lot of exhaustion on her part for sure. So I'm gonna shuffle the same deck a few more times and try to get the masculine's perspective here. So if you could not relate to the feminine's perspective, then you yourself might be a masculine. So we'll see what comes out for this. Okay, let's see the masculine. Okay, so I feel like he's just feeling very impatient. He's really sick of waiting for something. He could be someone who has been waiting on his feminine for a very long time. And I feel like he's just really ready to receive her. He might have even had like a similar with this perspective shift. He could definitely be experiencing the same thing. I feel like you're both simultaneously going through this huge shift of perception. Sort of like he's kind of reaching enlightenment. He's definitely looking at this connection in a different way. The Hierophant reverse. So this could mean a couple different things. So he could be someone who's breaking free from a tradition. This could be someone who just really likes to do things like non-traditionally. So this could almost be like where the gender roles are like reverse, and it's just like a very untraditional thing. There's something about the connection he feels is not really like the norm. It's definitely atypical. For some of you, the masculine could be dealing with commitment issues, maybe even like some of you a divorce even, but that's just like a small amount of you. I think the overall message here is that he's just thinking in terms of non-traditional, and yeah, I feel like he's opening his mind to new ways of thinking. So if this was someone who's very closed-minded in the past, I feel like this has changed, and he's sort of like, he's up for whatever really when it comes to this relationship. He's kind of letting go of his past stubbornness, and he's ready to try something new. Six of Pentacles reverse. So he could also be dealing with some financial issues as well. It could be both the masculine and the feminine that are dealing with financial worries right now, or someone in this connection could be scared that they don't have enough money to support the other, or someone here could be dealing with debt or something, and this is definitely something that affects the connection, unfortunately. The King of Wands. Okay, so this masculine is very attracted to the feminine. There's so much passion here. He really wants to straight up dominate her. He wants to be in control. And yeah, he's definitely like losing patience a little bit when it comes to this connection. If you haven't gotten physical yet, he's definitely ready for that. He's sort of like, not that he would ever rush you, but he's like, all right, when you're ready, I'm ready, that type of deal. But yeah, strong passion here. So if you're doubting, if your masculine is attracted to the feminine and you're a feminine yourself, there's no doubt about it. There's some strong chemistry here. Again, with the impatience, so the masculine is feeling like very impatient. He's like ready to receive his feminine like right now. So if you are dealing with any blockages, I feel like they could very well be removed. If not, this masculine may lose his temper soon, but he's totally ready for whatever happens. Like, he's like, I don't care how it happens, like, let's just get this connection going. Like, he's like, come on. Like, not in a disrespectful way, but he's like, all right, how much longer do I have to wait now? And it could be very possible that he is about to receive his feminine. So that's a strong possibility right there, that he actually does not have to wait any longer because she is coming. Okay, so Five of Swords, sorry. There could definitely be a little bit of pettiness here. I always say watch out for mind games with this card. So he could, especially with all this restlessness and this impatience, he could be sort of playing mind games with this feminine, just not in a malicious way, but like just as a way of sort of hoping that she comes out of her shell here a little quicker than she normally would. I think she does have a lot of insecurity here, and he's kind of using like his power and like his mental brain power also to sort of like reel her in. So he could definitely be playing mind games, just again, not out of maliciousness, but just so she'll come a little quicker towards him. And finally, we have the Seven of Cups. So he is definitely like, he has been having so many fantasies, definitely some sensual fantasies here about his feminine, and he is just ready to act upon them. He's sort of like, I've been in my head about this connection for so long. Like, when are we gonna finally make this real? When are we gonna make this physical? And I feel like he doesn't have any other options. Like, he's not like talking to anyone else. He's not crushing on anyone else. He's not even really like thinking of anyone else. Like, he is just solely focused on his feminine and just ready to make this happen. So that's all I'm getting for that. So I'm going to wrap up this tarot, and then I am going to pull some oracle cards for sure. Okay. Bear with me. Okay, we're going to start with... Let's start with the romance oracle cards. Okay. So I'm just going to pull these straight through. I'm only going to shuffle once, and I'm going to do 3 for the feminine, 3 for the masculine. Okay. So the feminine, keep an open mind. Okay, interesting. So I did say something about that earlier. Just now when we were doing the tarot, I said, because what was it? It was the Hanged Man reversed for the masculine. So this is coming up for the feminine as well. So there's something, and also the Hierophant reversed too. There's something about like the soulmate connection is like, it's very different. So it may differ from your usual type and expectations. So it's not like a cliche type of romance. This is something that's like very different and something you sort of have to let go of judgment for. You deserve love. Okay, so the feminine here is definitely feeling very insecure and she doesn't really know if she deserves this connection. She's very focused here on her masculine with this arrow, but she's sort of pulling back and she hasn't released this arrow yet. So she's still very like in her head, like, am I really worthy of this connection? Am I worthy of being trusted and loved? So she's having a lot of worries. Religious factors. Okay, so some of you, this is literally religion. This could be like a very religious feminine that we're dealing with here. She could also just be not even religious, but very spiritual, and something about, I don't know, something about, here it says upbringing. So definitely like the way she was raised is very different than the way the masculine was raised. So that could be like a blockage getting in the way. You know, and religious thinking is like very rigid. It's about like following the rules and just doing things like by the books, you know, like you just follow the dogma, you follow the scripture, and that's that. So that could be a blockage here because she is being called to have an open mind and she really needs to let go of those rules that she was taught as a child, or like not maybe by her family or maybe even just by society through her upbringing. She really needs to let go of that. Okay, for the masculine, we have release your ex. Okay, so the masculine could definitely be very stuck on an ex-lover. In some cases, he might be kind of obsessing about the feminine's lover, ex-lover, sorry. In other cases, this is his own ex that he just keeps on thinking about. I feel like there is a third party here, a third person that could be kind of getting in the way. Or maybe, and you know, he might not even be like still in love with her. It could just be that there's a lot of like old wounds that he really needs to let go of and kind of release. Give your relationship a chance. Okay, so he might be sort of debating whether he should even go for this connection or not, especially if he has had to wait a long time. For a select few, he could even be debating if he should go back to an ex-partner, maybe give them a chance, or if he should give his current feminine a chance. And free yourself. Okay, so I feel like he's just, the masculine here is very tied up in a previous relationship. Okay, so that doesn't mean that he's still in love with an ex, but he could just sort of be kind of stuck on how it ended. He could just still need closure, or maybe it's reversed. Maybe he has an ex-lover who just can't get over him and can't break free from him. So I do feel like the masculine could be dealing with sort of like a partner from the past, who could definitely be sort of haunting him and kind of getting in the way here. Okay, now I'm gonna pull some moon cards. Okay. So I'm just gonna, the moon cards are a little more generalized, so I'm just gonna pull 6 cards straight. I might pull 7 actually. Maybe I'll pull 7. 7 is a good number. Okay, one more shuffle. Okay. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries, okay? Very straightforward. They're definitely, I feel like the masculine's been kind of waiting for a while. He's been growing impatient. So someone here really needs to make a move. Nothing yet is set in stone, okay? So if you don't take action right now, unfortunately, you could let this connection slip away, or it could just take a long time to fully manifest if either of you refuse to budge. Speaking of budge, we have Taurus, which is literally the most stubborn sign ever. No offense, we love Taurus, no offense at all. But I mean, this is a good thing in this case though, because Taurus is also not just about stubbornness, it's also about prosperity and abundance and the physical pleasures too. So I feel like this is a very pleasurable connection. You just can't see it yet, but I feel like it is going to manifest soon. I feel like there's just, with these new moon cards and the mutual moon, there's been a lot of darkness within this connection, sort of like nothing really physical has manifest. A lot of you, some of you haven't even met this person yet, or some of you have really only just talked to this person. You haven't even gotten physical or anything like that. So, but there's so much potential here. This is definitely just the beginning with these new moon cards here. Oh, and now we have a super moon, so emotions are running high. So you really do have a lot of passion and a lot of love for one another. Another new moon. So this new moon is in Capricorn. So this is another earth sign here. Your hard work is paying off. So yeah, a lot of you, like I said with the tarot, are just very focused on like money and focused on having enough money. I don't know, to support one another or to support yourself. There's just like a lot of worries about money here. But I feel like even if you feel like you don't have enough right now, like money is coming. So I feel like you shouldn't really be too worried about that. Money is on its way. So don't worry. Your bank account may be kind of lagging or empty right now, but it won't be like that for long. Especially with all this hard work you're putting in. Adjustments are required. Okay, so this is sort of like the mutual moon. Again, nothing yet is set in stone. You might just have to sort of, if you feel like nothing has really been budging with this connection, you might sort of just have to take a different path, like make a move that you've never really made before, and like do something different if you really want to materialize this connection. Another new moon. Okay, this one is in Sagittarius. So wow, luck is on your side. All right, so that's a really good sign. So you do have luck, you do have fortune and prosperity coming your way. Okay, a lot of you will get, you're gonna see more money in the future. You're gonna see maybe a promotion or pay raise coming up. Not right away, but I feel like shortly after watching this video, it's definitely on its way. Yeah, and all these new moons here is kind of crazy. So again, as I just said, like there could be a lot of darkness within this connection, as in like, you know, not much is happening on the physical plane, Or some people like to say like, oh, this connection is really strong in the 5D, but it's not really there. It's not really visible in the 3D world. So this, I feel like most of you, this is a connection that's sort of, it almost might seem like it's only in your head with this new moon here. It might seem like there just hasn't been much like physical action, physical movement. But don't be fooled with the super moon here. There's a lot of passion, there's a lot of emotions running high for one another. So we have Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, Sagittarius. So that could definitely be a strong sign if you or your partner or love interest has any of these signs prominent in their chart. But this can also refer to timing too. So like this could be taken literally, like the next new moon in Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, Sagittarius. That could be a significant timing for you, or even just like a new moon in general, I feel like. Yeah, so definitely pay attention to the moon cycles. I feel like something very significant could happen to you during a new moon. And of course I have to add in a full moon too. And literally like a super moon. So yeah, check your calendar, the next super moon you have, or even the next new moon, especially if it's in any of these 4 signs. I would definitely pay attention to that. Something very significant could happen. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to pull the Vampire Oracle. Okay. Okay, so again, I think I'm just gonna freestyle this one, and I'm just really gonna pull how many ever cards I feel called to pull. So let's see what they have to say. These are the vampires. These girls have a lot to say. I'm gonna do one more shuffle. Okay. Seduction, allure, desire, manipulation. Okay, so, and manipulation is not always a bad thing, I have to point out. Manipulation is when you just want someone to do something, okay? So you sort of seduce them. So someone here could definitely be like seducing the other. It's a lot of like heavy, dark energy, especially with all those new moon cards that I just pulled. Like there's a lot of like secrecy involved in this connection. There's a lot of things that aren't being said, but they're definitely being thought to one another. Ancient, okay, ancestry, Egypt, magical inheritance, okay, totally 100%. You have a past life love connection in Egypt or any ancient society, but very strong Egyptian vibes here for sure. There's magic going on. You could definitely be completely unaware of ancient Egyptian ancestors who are actually sort of working to sort of make this connection come together. A lot of you have spirit guides that are like sort of pushing you two together. So I almost feel like with the seduction card, I don't think either of you are really seducing one another. I'm getting like your ancient ancestors are sort of kind of like playing games with you guys and sort of like pushing you two together. It's sort of like Cupid trying to play matchmaker or something. Yeah, I feel like your ancient Egyptian spirit guys, they're like really rooting you on, and they really want to see this connection manifest and come together. Reason, listen to advice, think clearly, intellect. So Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. So you could definitely be having some very like intellectual conversations with one another. You're definitely being advised to don't do anything too impulsive, especially the masculine. I feel like the masculine is feeling like even more anxious than the feminine, but you're both feeling pretty impatient. So just be careful that you don't do something stupid. Be smart about your choices. Don't let impatience or random impulse get the best of you. Immortal, the consuming family pressure of peers. So this kind of reminds me of the religious upbringing card that the feminine pulled, and I don't know who this is supposed to be, but it does kind of look like Jesus, I have to say. I don't know if that's supposed to be, but so yeah, Christianity could definitely play a part, especially if someone here is religious or just grew up very religious. And there is like a pressure from society and family and close friends, I feel like, to sort of keep you two apart. I feel like there could definitely be like people who are just like envious of this connection. I feel like you have a lot of like ancient ancestors and like spirit guides who are rooting for you and want you to be together, on the 5D plane, I guess, or like, you know, the higher spiritual realm. But when it comes to like the 3D world, the 3D plane, you have a lot of people who are just kind of scared of your connection because it's just different, and they might be rooting against you too. So you have to watch out for that. Definitely be smart about who you confide in when it comes to this connection. We have hunter here, aggressor, tracker, provider. Okay, this is sort of like the seduction card. Okay, so maybe someone here is doing some seducing, or maybe like without even realizing it. But there's definitely like a lot of chasing going on here. Someone's really focused too, and oh, that definitely goes hand in hand with this card. This is thirst, craving, compulsion, obsession. So I think this is both of you. I think you guys are like obsessed with each other. Like you want to hunt each other down. I feel like there's so much ambition and determination here to try to make this work, but there's blockages getting in the way. There's insecurity, there's friends and family who don't approve, like, but yeah, there's like a lot of like secret obsession going on. And finally, transmission, spreading of conditions, influence, impact. Okay, so one of you guys could be famous in this connection, or maybe you both have like, maybe you're both famous, or like maybe you just have like a huge like reputation, so like a lot of people know who you are. Someone in this connection has like a strong influence on the world, and it's like they do something different and like everyone else kind of copies them. They're like a trendsetter, or this could definitely be both of you. And I also feel like you guys mirror each other for sure. I feel like I'm definitely dealing with a twin flame connection here. You guys are twins, you guys mirror each other. Okay, so that's all I have for that. So thank you so much for watching, and I send you my blessings.